Hey guys, I intentionally don't have my microphone on today because I've got a guest and I don't have a way to get two microphones. So bear with us. Great to see you guys today. You having a great day? I'm having an awesome day. Mary Faye, you're the first person to comment. Yay, you said you're awesome. Hello, Michael. Tell me where you're from. By the way, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Michael Hyatt. This is the Virtual Mentor Show. And my goal is to give you the clarity, the confidence, and the tools you need to win at work and to succeed at life. Both are important, right? So Utah, Atlanta, Mexico, Nevada, Alaska, Atlanta, New Jersey, Florida, Oslo, Norway, fantastic. Oswego, am I saying that right? Illinois, Canada, Winnipeg, Scotland. I love it when people join from Scotland. I want to go back to Scotland. Aloha from Hawaii. I love Hawaii too. Phoenix, Texas, Sacramento. Awesome. Guys, today we're going to be talking about my 9-part evening or nighttime ritual. You know, I've said to you guys that sleep is important. I really believe it is. And we're going to go for 30 minutes here. 15 minutes, I'm going to be giving you just straight content. And then we're going to take 15 minutes worth of questions. And I have a special guest today that I'm really excited about.
Show me some love.
That's going to share some tips with you as we move into this topic, okay? So just a little bit of housekeeping. I want to show you this screen. If you guys do not have my free ebook, Shave 10 Hours Off Your Work Week, you've got to get it. It's absolutely free. You can't buy it. It's not for sale, but it's free. And all you have to do is go to thementor.tv/shave 10, okay? So that will subscribe you to my email newsletter, which I send out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or you can get the digest on Saturday, but I'd love a way to be able to communicate with you. So do that. Again, thementor.tv/shave 10. Now let me go back to the other screen. In case you're just joining, my name is Michael Hyatt. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller platform, Get Noticed in a Noisy World. I also host a podcast on iTunes called This Is Your Life, where we cover much of the same stuff I cover on my daily periscopes, but with a little bit more detail and a little bit more thought behind them, because this is kind of off the cuff, all right? So let me ask you this question. How many of you guys are not getting enough sleep? If that's you, say yes in the comments. And you can tap, my wife's off to the side here, Gail's telling me I need to encourage you to tap the hearts. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I think she's going to sneak in here.
He likes hearts, I'll tell you that.
That's my wife, my one and only wife, Gail. Love you, babe. Give me some hearts. Yeah, great to see that people saying Gail is awesome, 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 awesome. Hello, Mrs. Hyatt. You can just call her Gail. Everybody calls her Gail.
Yeah, that's my mother.
So awesome to have you guys with us. So are you getting enough sleep? Most of you said, no, you're not getting enough sleep. I totally get it. But here's the game changer for you. You must have a nighttime ritual. Sleep is too important to leave to chance. And I think that's what a lot of people do, is that they just kind of go to sleep whenever they go to sleep, and then they don't get the quality of sleep that they want. And they're frustrated that they're not rested, they're not focused, they're not as productive as they would like to be. So this is based on a blog post that I wrote a while ago, and you can find that at thementor.tv/ what did I put? Night ritual? Mm-hmm. Yeah, night ritual, okay? That'll take you to the blog post. I got thousands of shares on it, but it just kind of goes through my 9-part ritual. So are you guys ready for my ritual? And your ritual may look totally different, and that's fine. I'm just going to share with you mine and some of the things that I've found help me with better sleep. But I want to start with a story. Okay, so about 15 years ago or so, I was noticing that I wasn't getting very good sleep. I was in a high-pressure job where there were a lot of demands. It's a lot of stress. Our kids were young, and they were creating a lot of stress of their own for us. And so I just wasn't getting a lot of sleep. And I went to the doctor. I had a series of kind of episodes that led me to the emergency room. It turned out they were related to acid reflux. I thought they were a heart attack. But one of the questions my doctor asked is he said, what kind of sleep are you getting? How much sleep are you getting? And so I said, well, I'm not sleeping very well at all. And so he suggested that I get on Ambien. Okay? So I'm hesitant to ask this question, but how many of you guys are on Ambien? If you are and don't mind admitting it, say so. I was on it for more than a decade. And I'm pleased to report now that I'm not taking any medication, period, but no sleeping medication. And I sleep great. I sleep like a baby. I'm going to share with you what I do. But that really began a search for me on how could I address these sleep issues from kind of in a natural or an organic way that was healthy for me over the long term. Okay?
So how many people are on Ambien?
So I'm looking to see how many people are on Ambien. Nobody's really admitting it. Maybe a few people have admitted it so far. But Gail's talking to me off camera here. Somebody says I use melatonin. Yep, that's a great solution. We'll talk about that. Somebody said I spent 2 straight years in Iraq on 4 hours sleep. Enemy doesn't sleep. And it's tough when you do that. It's tough on your heart. It's tough on your brain. It's tough on your productivity. It's tough on your relationships. You know, we need sleep. We need a lot of it to be able to function at our best. This is why really elite athletes, one of the most important parts of their regimen, I'm talking about people that compete in the Olympics, they have to get enough sleep, like 9 hours or sometimes 10 hours. Bodybuilders get a lot of sleep because it takes a lot of sleep to repair the body and keep it in peak performance. So let me just share with you a little bit about my ritual. And for me, it's going to begin, I don't know, around probably 8:45, maybe towards 9 o'clock. And one of the things is to eliminate negative input, okay? So you can't be watching the evening news up until the moment you go to bed. And honestly, I sometimes do this, okay? And it's always disruptive. Why? Because if you're going to watch the news, it's not usually positive. It's not like they're, reporting all these positive things that are happening so you can sleep well. The world's okay. It's safe. Everything's good. Have a good night's sleep. That's not the way the news works. Usually it's one crisis after another. We're on the edge of a crisis. There's all this drama. But to eliminate the negative input, if you're going to have, for example, a confrontation with somebody that you work with or with somebody in your family, probably not right before you go to bed is the best time to do that. So number one, intentionally decide that you're going to eliminate negative input. Number two, and I'm going to take questions in a minute. So feel free to hang on to those. I'll take all your questions, all your comments here in just a minute. Johnny Quinn, though, says, as a U.S. Olympian, that is correct. We value sleep as much as training. Absolutely. Sleep is critical. And as a corporate executive or as an entrepreneurial athlete or somebody who's just trying to give life your best, you got to think of yourself as an athlete. And sleep is an important component of that. So number one, eliminate negative input. Number two, read something light. Now, for me, that usually means tech magazines because I'm kind of a closet geek, maybe not even a closet geek, but I like technology. And so I'll read technology magazines at night, sometimes when I'm taking a bath, whatever, probably too much information. But I like to read tech magazines, and that's just something light. It doesn't stress me out. It's interesting. It's enjoyable. Maybe a light novel, that's not too dramatic. Stephen King, I'm probably not going to read late at night. But something else that's a little more calm, awesome. Number three, optimize your environment. This is crucial. Think about the environment you're sleeping in. First of all, if you don't have blackout shades, I would really recommend that you invest in those. Something that completely blocks the light out of the room totally so that none of it creeps into your sleeping environment. Another thing I do is I make sure that it's cold in the room. I know it's not probably possible everywhere in the world, but I like to sleep at about 70 degrees. Actually, Gail likes to sleep at 70 degrees. I'm looking over at her. I would really prefer about 69 degrees. I like it chilly so that I have to cover up. For you, it may be eliminating, bright, shiny things like clocks that are too intrusive and getting those out of your space. We have ones with a red dial that we really tone down so they're not intrusive in our space. And I know one of the things that my daughter, Madeline Lemon, you ought to follow her on Periscope, at Madeline Lemon. She talks about all things health related. Brilliant stuff, really. But she talks about getting your cell phone away from you because there's all kinds of stuff that comes out of your cell phone that disrupts your sleep. All the wireless connections, all the different emissions that come out.
Blue light.
Blue light. I don't actually do that, but and it doesn't bother me, but that may be a real key for you as well. So that's number 3, is optimize the environment. Number 4, take the right supplements. And just a couple, this is the thing that got me off Ambien. How many of you either would like to get off Ambien or know somebody that you love that needs to get off Ambien? Type yes in the comment box, and I'll tell you how to do it. Somebody says, doTERRA, sleep supplements? Yeah, Tony, sleep supplements, baby. I'm going to give you some here in just a second. What is Ambien? Ambien's a prescription drug that's designed to help you sleep better. A lot of people say it's not addictive. I found that when I didn't take it, I couldn't sleep, so I kind of think it's addictive. It can also have some ugly side effects. I never experienced these, but a lot of people have reported sleepwalking, doing things in their sleep that they didn't remember the next day, night eating, that kind of thing. So anyway, okay, so here's what I do. This is a supplement that I take that my nutritionist recommended to me. It's 100% natural, and it's called Cavanase Ultra PM. Okay? I have no connection with this company. I make nothing off recommending this to you. This isn't an affiliate play. This is just something that's helped me. It's not really cheap. And by the way, you have to be really careful. I know a lot of people say if you go out and get the 120 capsules, it's a lot cheaper, but you want to make sure that you get Ultra PM. And I've only found that in the 30-day capsule jar. What do you call this? Bottle? It's the little things that trip me up. This bottle, so anyway, this is about $50. So it's kind of expensive, but what's not sleeping well costing you? That's the way I look at it. What's a good night's sleep worth? It's worth a little bit over $1 a night to me to have a great sleep. So that's one of the things I use. Okay, here's another thing that's been really helped to me. And somebody says, what's behind Michael on the table? Well, I forgot to tell you about this. This is called Natural Calm. It's an anti-stress drink. I don't take this every night. I did for a while, but it's hugely helpful. But it's a magnesium supplement. And this can also help you sleep well. So you might want to try that as well. It's also kind of fun to drink. So this is my 5th item on my ritual, and that is I use essential oils. Now, I've got my daughter Marissa here. Step into the frame, darling.
Hello, everybody.
So Marissa's my youngest daughter. I have 5 daughters. Is that awesome? A lot of estrogen here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Marissa's my youngest. Marissa does work for a company called doTERRA. I don't have any interest in that company. I don't get any kind of commissions from them. A lot of people are saying, yes, doTERRA, awesome. Girls rock. Got 3. Hello, Marissa. Cute. She is cute, Beasley. She's very cute. And she's also single. Oh.
That's because she takes after her mother.
That's right.
Awesome. If you think she's cute, give her a little, heart love. Give us some taps on the screen. All right. So I'm going to tell you what the oils that I use at night, and these have been a game changer for me as well. I kind of poo-pooed it originally. I thought, this can't be right. This can't be that helpful. But honestly, it's huge. When I don't put these oils on, I can really tell a difference. And Marissa's going to tell us what they do. Okay, so the first one I put on, and I'm going to tell you where I put it. I put this on my big toe, on the bottom of my feet, and that's pretty much it. Vetiver. What is that?
Okay, so vetiver, it's actually a root. It's a grass, and the oil comes from the root of that grass. And it's really earthy. Like, a lot of people actually say that it smells like dirt. I actually really like it.
Me too.
But it's really good at quieting the mind. So I know both myself and my dad both are very creative people at night. And it's like you put your head on the pillow and you just start thinking of everything in the world to do. So the vetiver helps to quiet that and just calm your mind and help you get ready for sleep.
Yeah, great. Ann just said she hasn't tried that. It's really worth trying. I would say that's one of my favorites. Do you put it on anywhere other than your feet?
I put it on my temples.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good tip. Okay, so then the second thing, and by the way, I put these on, and I don't know if you taught me this or not, but I put them on heaviest oils to lightest.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So the next one I put on is frankincense. You know, this is what they brought to baby Jesus.
Yeah,
Got to be good, right?
So frankincense is known as the king of all oils, which is very appropriate. But frankincense is really good for neurological health. So it's really good for your brain and helps kind of give you that restorative sleep that you need and gets your body just ready for the next day.
Yep.
So relieve stress, all that.
Now, I put that on my feet, you know, big toe on the bottom of my feet, the soles of my feet. I put that on my wrists. I put that behind my ears, and I put it on my temples.
Yeah, that's great.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
Want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, so the
At your
third...
chest, too.
Oh, yeah, you could put it on, over the chest as
Yeah,
well.
I don't do it on the chest, but that's an idea. Okay, the third one I use is one called Serenity. Okay? Maybe you can read it that way better. Serenity. Now, this is a blend, but probably the most important active ingredient or essential oil is lavender. But Marissa, tell us about this one. And by the way, I put it in the same exact places that I put the incense. So my big toe... frankincense, incense. So I put that on my big toe, the bottom of my feet, behind my ears, and on my temples. And I also put this on my pillow.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so tell us about why this works.
So Serenity is probably one of the best oils that you can use for sleep. It's a calming blend, so it has like lavender, Roman chamomile, sweet marjoram, ylang ylang, and some other essential oils.
You know this stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of my job. But it's really, really amazing for helping to calm you down and give you a very restful night's sleep throughout the night. So I like to diffuse this one at night to help me just stay asleep and get a really restful night's sleep. But it helps to calm you down. I also put this on my feet and over my chest and on my pillow. Your feet have the largest pores in your body, so it absorbs into your bloodstream in about 30 seconds when you apply an essential oil to your feet. So that's why that's a great spot to apply them.
I thought we were doing that because our feet were stinky.
Well, maybe for you.
Okay, so Roger says lavender reduces testosterone. Is that true? I've never heard that.
Yes, actually that is true. Yes.
Okay.
But not to a degree that would be harmful or anything.
Okay, great. Hopefully you have plenty of that. Okay, so then here's another one that I only use occasionally. I don't use this every night, but I've been using it right now because there's something in the air that is making me a little congested, and this is called Breathe. And I don't even know what this is in this, but this is amazing. I do put this one on my chest, and I just started, because you told me yesterday to do this, I started putting this on my big toes.
Yeah.
As well. So tell me what's in this. Eucalyptus?
Okay. So this
Menthol?
is a respiratory blend. So it has eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, ravensara, peppermint, and I think that might be it. Maybe rosemary too.
Okay.
But it's really good for respiratory stuff. So if you're like my dad and you've been dealing with any kind of seasonal discomfort or anything of that nature, you definitely can use this for sleep. Or if you struggle with snoring or your spouse does, this is a great one to diffuse at night.
Guilty as charged.
Or you can apply it to the big toe, which is the reflex point for your head. Okay, so it's going to be really good at relieving any kind of congestion. So really good one to use at night to help just clear breathing and increase, your oxygen.
Karen says, oily toes.
Oily
Laughing
toes.
out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets absorbed pretty quickly. So, so the company is doTERRA. There's other essential oil companies out there. I like them because this is, what do you call it?
Certified pure therapeutic grade.
Yeah, so this is the best stuff that you can buy in the market. If you have more interest in this, you can contact Marissa. What's your landing page?
It's marissahyatt.com. And if somebody would just put that in there, it's MARISSA, Hyatt.
1 R, 2 S's.
Yes, and there's a contact form on there, and it goes directly to my email inbox, and I'd be happy to answer questions or help you order some.
Great. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate the guest appearance. All right, let's keep going with our list. This would be let me just look here at my notes. Number 6, listen to soothing music. So I have a playlist. Gail and I have a playlist that we listen to, and it comes from a company called Lifescapes. And I've got links in this post, thementor.tv/night ritual. There's links in the post to the music we listen to on Amazon. Obviously, you can listen to whatever you want. but it's really calming. We listen to a lot of music. We're very particular, but for going to sleep, there's a particular kind of music that we listen to.
Like spa music.
And it's kind of like spa music. Yeah, yeah. So listen to soothing music. Number 7 is turn on or turn up the white noise. I like having some noise in the background that kind of blocks out other ambient sounds and just kind of soothing. So we turn on a fan every night. If I'm on the road and don't have access to a fan, for me, I use an app on my iPhone. Bro, I thought you were going to get it.
Oh, no.
Nope. I don't even know where my phone
called
is.
white noise.
Okay. Anyway, it's called White Noise. You can download it from the App Store if you have an iPhone. I don't know if there's an Android one, but I just turn that on my iPhone. I set it on the nightstand and listen to that. And it blocks out everything. For me, it's as good as the fan, but when I'm at home, I typically use the fan.
Question.
Number 8, stick with the same bedtime. This is so crucial. You know, if you're going to bed at a different time every night, you're going to have a real hard time getting consistent because your body's getting trained by the ritual, okay? Same thing with the morning routine, by the way. Maybe one of these scopes will talk about that because I have a very rigorous morning routine as well. But I find that when I follow a ritual, it gets me in the groove, and then my body knows what to expect, and my body follows along. So going to bed at the same time every night is critically important. Personally, I recommend that you do that earlier rather than later because the sleep you get before midnight is about twice as valuable as the sleep you get after midnight. So going to bed early, it's really true. Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. So stick with the same bedtime. And then number 9 for us is to pray. You know, and for us, this kind of is 2 components. One is just gratitude. You know, Gail and I lay in bed together, holding hands, and just pray. And we'll be thankful for what happened that day. You know, expressing our gratitude gives us the exact right focus, even if it's been a hard day. And when the girls were young, they'd sit around the table and Gail would make them answer the question, what was the best thing that happened to you today? It forced them to think about the good, even when they had a bad day. Well, prayer is so vital as well, and it's an opportunity to do that. But it's also an opportunity to cast our burdens upon the Lord. So if there's something we're struggling with, something that's creating anxiety for us, you know, just kind of offloading that and not carrying it with us to bed is hugely helpful as well. So here's the one thought I want to leave you with before we go into questions, and it's this. The nighttime is the right time to set yourself up for a productive day. Let me just say that again. The nighttime is the right time to set yourself up for a productive day. Okay?
Repeat those steps.
Oh, yeah. Gail's asked me to summarize the steps. So number 1, eliminate negative input. Number 2, read something light. Number 3, optimize the environment. Number 4, take the right supplements. Number 5, use essential oils. Number 6, listen to soothing music. Number 7, turn up the white noise. Number 8, stick with the same bedtime. And number 9, pray. What are your questions? Give me 2 question marks in the chat box, and then your name in all caps, and then your question. And I'd be happy to address those. Has this been helpful? Give me some hearts if it has. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. We must have answered them all. Awesome usable tips again today. Thanks, Michael, says Ron. Clay, I get up at midnight. Should I start at 3 p.m.? You know, I do too. I get up, usually my time is what, about 2 o'clock? You know, I'm usually up at 2 o'clock, use the bathroom, go back to bed. So I think that's fine. If you can't get back to sleep, that's a problem. Taryn Mason says, what time do you go to bed and what time do you get up? I start going to bed at about 8:45 to 9. We're usually asleep, or at least in bed, at 9:30 to 10, and I get up at 5 every morning. Regina says, yes, and as an entrepreneur, hours vary. How do you stick with regimen? You know, I have kind of created a business that fits my lifestyle. So you may not be able to be that way, but I want to be intentional about that so I can get to bed at the same time. So I'm careful to not have evening activities that drift too far into the night. So like last night, we went to dinner. Gail and I went to dinner with a good friend, Robert Smith, and we kind of were done by about 8:45, and we took him home. We picked him up, took him home because he's not a night owl either. He's a early morning person, and we were still in bed at 9:30. Richard says, how about reading on an iPad? You know, I don't recommend it. The problem with an iPad or any device that's backlit is that it stimulates
Daylight.
It simulates daylight, and it's going to stimulate your nervous system, your hormones, and everything else. Your body's going to respond accordingly. If you're going to read at night, and if it's not going to be a book, then I would use a Kindle that's not backlit.
There's a lot of questions for you.
A lot of questions. Tips for young moms. I have 4 kids and I'm pregnant. Man, I don't know what to say. I mean, that's
essential oils.
essential oils, but that's
For
challenging.
the kids.
Yeah, put the essential oils on the kids too.
That's a
That
good
helps.
idea. Kathy, how long on a good routine before you notice improvements? Not that long. You know, I would say probably after about 3 weeks. You know, it probably takes about 6 weeks to develop a new habit, not 21 days like some have taught. We've done the research on this, but about 6 weeks. But you should see improvements well before then, especially if you're using the essential oils. Tony says, is it important to have a consistent sleep schedule? Absolutely. The more you can create a routine for your life, the more you're going to get consistent and predictable results. Think of it as like a recipe. You know, if you were cooking from scratch every time you want to bake a cake and you just threw in whatever ingredients were at hand and you didn't measure them, you're going to get very different results. But if you have a recipe, you get predictable responses. Does Gail mentor women and moms? Yes, but just informally. So that may change in the future, but not right now. Name of the sleep supplement, please. Cavanase Ultra PM by a company called Neuroscience. Johnny Quinn, when you travel, do you try to keep to the same routine? Absolutely. I take my essential oils with me. I take my supplements with me. I have my white noise app. So yes, I very much try to do it when I'm traveling because traveling can be brutal on your sleep. I don't take late evening appointments. I try to turn in at the same time. I try to get in early or get up early so I can do my morning routine. But the more I can keep to the same routine, the more predictable results I get. And I want to operate at peak performance every day. I know you do too, or you wouldn't be watching this scope. But that takes intentionality. You got to think of yourself as an athlete. You're training for something really, really important, which is the work you're doing and the gift that you're offering to the world. Marcella says, can you mention again the app for noise? Yeah, it's just called White Noise. So somebody says, I'm a young living distributor and have been so blessed by using lavender every night. Yep, that's another essential oil company, and that's a great supplement. Manasai says, have you shared your morning routine before? Will you share it? I haven't shared it before, but I will share it. Chrissy says, thanks, Michael. Well, guys, we're just about out of time. And again, I want to just say, let me just put this up on the screen. If you haven't downloaded this free ebook, please do. Shave 10 hours off your work week. Okay, you can find that at vmentor.tv/shave10, and it'll help you to get more margin in your life. And that's what we all need, right? So you've got the rest of the day. It may be an hour. It may be 2 hours. It may be an afternoon. It may be a morning. Depends on what part of the world you're in. But it's a blank canvas. I hope you'll paint something beautiful on it and take advantage of this day and make it a great day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.